Hello everybody, Sawyer here. For today I have a review for Infidel number one, I believe that's how you say it. This is a new book from Image for all you horror fans out there. It's definitely a pretty trippy horror, kind of psychological thriller. Maybe not psychological is the right word, but definitely a thriller nonetheless. A gorgeous artwork, by the way, on this cover. I love the contrast between like all the red and then the blue hand coming out of the background of the cover to attack the woman here. Very, very interesting cover. I really love the ideas of it, the color scheme and all that. Very nice. So Infidel is basically the story of a family, like a white family that the male is his new wife, his second wife or second girlfriend, whatever, is a Muslim woman that's come over to the States and whatnot. But it's very interesting because the issue does deal a lot with racism, especially racism towards Muslims. So, and I'm not very well versed in the ways of like that culture and stuff. So forgive me if I say something that sounds ignorant or whatnot or uneducated. I just don't know. But yeah, as you can see here, it has some really cool visuals here. This artist is very, very good at like doing these creepy monster designs, and I love the way how the monster actually looks like it looks like it doesn't fit in the rest of the picture. It looks like it's like a totally abstract creature that shouldn't exist in this world, and it makes sense because it shouldn't. Very interesting. So the story basically follows this girl, and I forget her name exactly, but and she's having a dream, and in her dream the monster's like trying to eat her or whatever, and she's been having these dreams for a while, and the dreams keep getting more and more complex, more and more elaborate, more and more scary. So she hasn't been sleeping in a while, and she lives with her husband or boyfriend. They didn't really say for sure, I don't think. She also lives with her boyfriend's kid from the first wife that died, and the grandmother. But the grandmother, she seems all nice and innocent at first in the first few panels, but she kind of randomly makes little racial statements and things that could be taken very offensively, and the boyfriend really doesn't like his grandmother acting like that towards his wife or whatever. But the girl, she's more understanding of it. She's like, I've been around this all my life. This ain't nothing bad, compared to what I've get before, and all that kind of stuff. Also, the kid is a huge geek, and so is the girl, and they're kind of bonding over Boba Fett here in this scene, where the grandmother is baking a Boba Fett cake with the little monster that ate Boba Fett in the original Empire Strikes Back, or no, Return of the Jedi, my bad. So yeah, very interesting story here. It builds up a lot with these characters and the family dynamic of it, how it's kind of a fractured, there's some behind the scenes damages behind the family. But where the story really starts to pick up is when you start getting some background information between like the boyfriend and one of the girl's main best friends that lives in the same apartment building as her. You start to realize that the apartment building was the scene of a mass murder. They don't really get into how long ago it was, but there was a mass murder there. It must have been kind of fresh because there's still like caution tape on that floor. It's all been blown up and everything. And for some reason, they're still allowing people to live in this building, even though that top floor looks like it's all condemned. And this girl's family lives on the floor right underneath where all the crazy shit happened, where the mass murdering happened. And they don't really go into details, but supposedly the person that like did the killing or whatever had some kind of alleged ties to ISIS, or at least he was on an ISIS website, they say in the issue, which doesn't mean anything, but of course it makes everybody's viewpoints go towards, a Muslim like being bad guys, you know what I mean? So of course the main chick, she gets, sneaky eyes from all the people that live in the building, especially this old man that keeps to himself, but he never talks to her, keeps eye contact at all. As the story progresses, she starts to see more and more of these creepy ass creatures, and it's getting harder and harder to distinguish if she's in a dream or if this is real life. She's getting very scared. She doesn't know what's real anymore. It's crazy. This creature is very upsetting. This image is just it's whatever. I don't know what this is, but and also you can't really see it in the video, but in the actual page, there's all these words written in the background like cunt, bitch. Sorry my language, but that's what it says. It's all these very and then there's some more on the next page that's like very racial, slurs, and it's just very interesting how it kind of unfolds. I don't really want to give away too much at the back end of the issue because that's where things get really juicy and interesting. But this is a pretty good horror story. It's very scary at times, very upset. The artist does a great job of really just making you like feel like yucky inside. You know what I mean? Like that's what a good horror story is supposed to do. It also makes you feel bad for these characters, the way they're treated with everybody around them, and all that. And I'm interested to see where this goes. This is not a series that I could see them doing like 20, 30 issues, but I could see them be like a good 4-issue miniseries. I don't know exactly how many issues they plan on doing, but I liked it. I actually thought it was pretty decent. Now, I'm usually not a fan of horror stories. So if I had to give a rating to this book, I would probably say it's about I'd say it's a 3 out of 5. I know I give a lot of 3 out of 5s, but that's because, I try to judge things harshly, like on the rating system, so you won't see a 4 or 5 unless that book is amazing. And I absolutely love it. And and since I'm not a big horror fan, even the best horror story is not going to be one that I'd probably give a 5 to. But thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this review, and check out more. Thank you, and as always, see you later.